Put bluntly, it was one creepy library. Going by the stains and cracks along the walls, it was a rather old building. Mold and cobwebs completely overran places where damp had settled in. The place was practically in ruins. It was hard to believe the building was currently in use. I guess nobody wanted to set foot in that creepy facility because I didn't see any librarians, let alone other patrons browsing the aisles. Senpai and I were the only ones there. Her voice carried so well, it actually hurt my ears. Oblivious to me squinting in pain, she continued her excited rant. Actually, there are so many weird rumors I can't even remember them all. For instance, they say there's a demon that will pop out of a book here and grant any one wish in exchange for your soul. And if you crack open this one other unlabeled book, your fate will appear on the blank pages for you to read. If you stick your hand in the crack between the stacks, you can get drawn to another world. There are a whole bunch of awesome rumors. Oh, there's even one about a girl ghost who reads all by her lonesome self for all eternity in the girls' restroom. And that room's sealed shut. Actually, mind if I go to the little girl's room? Seeming to think nothing of asking that awkward question, she spun right around. She was on cloud 9. Seemed pretty safe to assume that her love of ghost stories was the real deal. Personally, I didn't care for that sort of thing. As far as I was concerned, an upperclassman going gaga over scary stories and creepy rumors just looked nuts. I hadn't come here for cheap thrills or ghost stories. Honestly, I was more than ready to leave. Now about the strange phenomenon you experienced. Why don't we dub it the girl in the photos? I've never heard of anything like it. You might have something completely new on your hands. Too cool! She squealed, squirming in delight and pushing her face even closer to mine. I thought I might lose my mind. She was so dang close that her legs and chest brushed up against me. Okay, she said. Okay, I'd like to take a sec to review what you told me, so be sure to correct me if I'm wrong about anything. The other day, you came to this library to do some of your summer homework, correct? Senpai must have noticed she was getting a little short on personal space, because she slid back a few steps before continuing. You had to write a personal reflection on a reading assignment, right? What a stupid piece of homework. But since you're a relatively diligent student, you decided to take it seriously and went to the nearest library. That just so happened to be here, right? And that's where you encountered the paranormal. Senpai picked up one of the books that had fallen earlier and began callously flipping through its pages. Wasn't there supposed to be a photo stuck inside every single book you picked up in the library? That was right. If it was as simple as that, it would be nothing to freak out about. I could dismiss it with the perfectly rational theory that someone who borrowed books from this library used photos instead of bookmarks and forgot to remove them before returning the books. But if that was the extent of the situation, it wouldn't have me so upset. I wouldn't turn to this weirdo for help either. No matter what book you grabbed and flipped open, there was the photo. The result was the same, regardless of which stacks or books you tried. Do you still have one by any chance? No way. They were so creepy I stuffed them back into the books I found them in. I didn't see any good coming out of holding on to one, and honestly, just making off with them didn't seem right. Too bad. If you still had them, I could have used one to dig up a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, just so you know, it's not like I don't believe you or anything, okay? It's rare to find physical evidence in the world of the occult. Senpai cackled before a stern expression suddenly crossed her face. All of this, well, could be explained logically. Someone could have contrived a highly elaborate prank. It just requires stuffing a photo in every book in this library. It's possible for me, or anyone else for that matter, to pull off with a bit of effort. But that's where things get really weird. Exactly. This was where the story took a turn for the truly paranormal.